they going to do? They wanted to quit, and okay, they learned an important lesson about working and stuff, but oh, humanity, can we ban these crazy bears, and why do people make them wear pants? Stop listening to these crazy people. These elites told us our national debt, it's not a bad thing. Don't worry about it. Energy independence, it's going to come from electing Democrats who think using solar panels will keep gas prices low. That government-run health care is going to save us money. Why should we listen to them on anything? Especially how to run farms. None of them have even been on a farm. They despise farms. And they get everything else wrong. This isn't about safety. It's not about the children. It's about control. The communist who cheered her appointment probably cheered for this farm bill, I'm guessing. She wants the control out of the farmers' hands and into Washington's. This reminds me of my grandfather. I learned hard work from my grandfather, who worked at Boeing and ran a farm. My grandfather was a union steward at Boeing. I grew up in a union household. My father was a baker. He wasn't union. I worked at my grandfather's farm. I worked at my father's bakery. My cousins worked at my uncle's bakery. My cousin, it's a random thing, my cousin had his arm ripped off in the bread mixer. He was, I don't even know, 15, 10. He was working at my uncle's bakery. He was scraping down the bread dough, but he was dumb. He left the machine on, and it ripped his arm off. Boy, we never forgot it. When he came to visit, we never forgot. I learned my lesson. I learned the value of hard work. I learned that some work is dangerous, but I also learned that sacrifice to provide for your family is a good thing. Would I have learned that sitting on the couch at home watching the stupid Bernstein Bears that they'll probably ban too? I also picked berries, and I fed the chickens on my grandfather's farm and my aunt and uncle's. I helped my grandfather build chicken sheds, not very well, because I'm horrible. Mainly, he had me pull out the old rusty nails out of the scrap wood. You know what? Oh, I ripped my hand open at about the age of 10. I got over it. Cowboy up, dude. My dad worked so hard, he was always tired. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. He would make the donuts first thing, and he actually fell asleep at the donut fryer. If you've never made donuts before, my father used to make them with 2 sticks, and he'd stand over the donut fryer, and he'd flip the donuts. And my father fell asleep, and one of his hands went into the donut fryer. It's a dangerous job. He ended up in the hospital. You know what he didn't do? He didn't sue the donut fryer for not having some safety shield. We didn't sue Grandpa or the rusty nail factory because I got a boo-boo on my hand. And none of us ever ran to the government. Life isn't easy, but it is so much easier when you work hard. Why is the government stopping you from having your kids work on your neighbor's farm, your family farm? Why can't they open up a lemonade stand without the government shutting them down? Because they will learn to be a hard-working free man and not a slave. Your children